The struggle is the juggle, I tell you that much. Juggling parenthood, motherhood, fatherhood, all of that can be quite tiresome for a lot of us. So how do we take care of ourselves?
I think
And should we?
Yeah, oh, absolutely we should. I think it's in acknowledging that parenting is hard. Parenting is hard. And it's hard because you care, because you want the best for your children. You want your children to grow up into healthy human beings. And so sometimes that juggle, we feel guilty. Parents are so bad at loading the guilt on themselves.
But we also live in a society that tells us you need to do this, you need to do that. And so I guess there's a lot of guilt as parents that we find and we have to battle ourselves. So it's so important that we do.
It's fascinating you say that, because the irony of me sitting here as an adolescent child psychologist isn't lost on me. I'm part of the feeding information, and so it's really learning what information is healthy for you as a parent, and also if it's making you feel loaded down with guilt, then perhaps there's something else you need to look at. But really, I think self-care is about filling your own tank, and if your own tank as a mum or a dad is not filled, you've got nothing left to give. And when you engage in self-care, what actually happens is you get a positive knock-on effect to the rest of your family. So
I love that.
Important.
I love that you say that, because people do say, if you're not looking after yourself, how are you going to be able to look after everybody else?
Yes. Yeah, and so self-care is really looking at things you love. Perhaps now that you're a parent, you've dropped things that used to bring you joy. Some things may not be possible to pick up. I mean, maybe you skydived once a week and that's now not possible. But it's looking at things that could be something that could potentially bring you new joy. It's exploring new options. It's anything from 5 minutes to half a day to sometimes planning a whole day for yourself once a year.
I've actually just recently taken up training, which is new.
Yes, good for
because
you.
it was about finding an out. It was about finding something that I can use all that built up energy or frustration onto something physical.
I'm so glad you brought up exercise, because that's such an important part. And if my husband is watching this, hi babe, because he's the one who often it really reminds me about exercise, because exercise is so good for your well-being. It's good for your head, not just your body. And so it's finding those few moments, just moderate exercise once or twice a week even. Having a long bath, if that works for you. For little mums of little children, sometimes 5 minutes on the toilet is what you need for self-care. So it's really just being okay and giving yourself permission, engaging with your children when it's necessary, but it's okay to say, you know what, mummy will get back to you, and put on the TV show during your self-care period, that. If that's what you need to do.
Put on that show. That's the best way. Reality TV shows, I guess, sometimes are a great way of downtime. But look after yourself, because you matter.